Hello everyone, Lisa Savaniak here from lifelikeyoumeanit.com, and I'm coming to you live so that we can talk about some more coping with anxiety tips that you can start implementing today to both help you when you are in a time of heightened anxiety, but also to offer you some new strategies that you can implement on a day-to-day basis, regardless if there's a high amount of anxiety or not, so that you can start to shift things so that you experience less anxiety less often. So today's coping strategy that I'd like to talk about is culling. So I don't know if you find when you open up your social media feeds or even your email inboxes, what type of vibe you're getting there. Now, I've noticed that there's a lot of people that I follow that are posting little things up about how they need to take a social media break, because every time they open up their feeds, they are seeing so much negativity, right? So much scaremongering, and just so many people, the way that they're talking about the pandemic and coronavirus and COVID-19 and the lockdown and all of that stuff is really heightening their anxiety. And so they feel like they've got to take a complete break from social media. And if that's you, by all means, take a break. But when it's time for you to come back, what I would urge you to do is start culling your friendship circle. Now, that's both on social media and in the real world. So I know that that can be a really, really harsh statement. However, hear me out. Right? Whoever you are surrounding yourself with needs to be people who are where you want to be or are expressing the same type of energetic vibe as you in their quest to get to where they want to be. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with us expressing our negativity and our concerns and things. That's not at all what I mean. So if you need to take to social media and ask for help and ask other people, how they're managing and letting them know that you're struggling and things like that, that's different. I'm talking about the people who are, really sharing a lot of the fake news and the really trying to stir up a lot of anxiety and trouble with people. You know that they're out there and you know that you see them quite a bit. So some of those people, they don't mean a lot of harm by it. They don't sit there and consciously think, ooh, I'm really going to get people really upset today by posting this. Everybody does whatever it is that they do because they're looking for a positive outcome for themselves. So they're looking to meet some needs for themselves. And sometimes it doesn't occur to them how that's going to affect other people. So maybe they choose to get their need met, in this case, by posting fake news and posting other things that are really negative and really designed to get a lot of people quite anxious because they're hoping that people will take notice of their account, right? That they'll go viral or something along those lines, right? So they have a positive intention for why they're doing what they do, and they don't have necessarily the intention of causing harm or spreading anxiety or anything like that. But nonetheless, if you're noticing that your news feed on whatever social media platform is really filled with a lot of that, then it's time to actually go through and with respect and with love say goodbye to those people on those platforms. And I'm sure that you'll find a lot of them are people that you don't even know, right? You're not going to miss them. And instead, you're going to replace them with people who are more in alignment with where you're at and where you want to go, right? Where you want to be. So if you're looking for more help on staying positive and trying to be resilient and trying to honor yourself in what you need, then go out and find people who are actually sharing that type of message and befriend them, right? And my friend Melissa says, keeping you, my beautiful, positive friend. Thank you so much, Melissa. I love you, darling. So this is really, really important because, right now when we're in this pandemic and we can't go out and see our friends that would give us hugs and love in all kinds of ways, we really are dependent on social media now, even more so than we were before, which is quite a lot before, right? So it's really important that when you open your social media feed that, yes, of course, people might be talking about coronavirus and there might even be people on there expressing that they're struggling with it, but that it's not an overwhelming sense for you when you open your feed, and instead you get more of a sense of love and companionship, right? It warms my heart when I open my feed and I see that somebody in my circle has posted that they're struggling. And by the time I'm even able to give a comment in there, there's, 50 other people that have put comments of hope and love and support in there, right? That actually brings tears to my eyes. That fills me with such hope for society and really makes me feel so proud for the circle that I'm surrounding myself with, and that they've embraced me and I'm allowed to be in that circle and that they're allowed to be in my circle, and it fills me with more love. And so that's what you want to be able to do overall. And this includes your emails as well, because again, there's a lot of people that are sending a lot of things that are, maybe tip oriented, like what I'm doing. And if that's not jiving with you, if for whatever reason it's coming off as more of a scaring tactic or more of a negative kind of tactic and it's raising your anxiety, then look to see if you can mute those conversations, at least, if not just remove them altogether from your friendship circle and from your email list. Because really, if you can replace those people with people that are jiving more with where you're at right now, it's going to make all the difference in the world when you open your feed and you see more positive, supporting, and loving posts that are in there. And it'll really give you that same sense of warmth and that same sense of actually being surrounded with people who care and want to be there for you. So I hope that that helps. This is actually one of the very difficult ones to do. It's easy to say, go and call your group. It is actually very difficult to do, especially if you're finding that somebody that you've been following for a long time, maybe even are real friends with them in real life, are really quite negative. That's really difficult to actually let them go sometimes, right? And sometimes these are people that you still want to be in their life, that you still, you love them and you care for them. You just can't handle seeing their stuff pop up in your feed. So, Facebook's great for that. You could just take them off of your selected preference, right? So that you're not seeing their posts first. So you're still friends with them. You're just not going to see all of their negativity popping up in your feed. And if you can't do that, then mute the conversation like you can do in WhatsApp. And if you can't do that, then defriend them. They might not even notice. And if they do, you can always send them out a message and explain that you're struggling at this time and you're just finding that the posts that they're putting out are difficult for you to be able to digest right now. So with love, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.